You've written about debt not being the problem for China, but rather a symptom of the problem. If it's not the debt, what in your view is the real problem here?
Well, debt is simply a transfer today, which is matched by a transfer tomorrow. The problem with the debt in China is that the debt was used to create infrastructure or create buildings whose value is less than the cost. So in other words, if you borrow $100 and you build something that's worth $80, then your debt goes up faster than your GDP. And the problem then is that you have a $20 loss, which in China hasn't yet been recognized. It's still on the books. So it says if you borrowed $100 and built something worth 80, but you're pretending it's worth 100. The problem with that is that there is an artificial wealth that doesn't really exist, which is driving activity in the economy. But at some point, you have to write that down and take the losses. And when you do, that tends to have a very negative impact on the economy. So they haven't really taken the losses yet, but what they're trying to do is to slow down the increase in this non-productive investment.
But I'm not a medical expert, but I would imagine that, if you are looking at the symptom of the problem, you first need to address the symptom to kind of calm things down before you address the root cause. And you're already telling us that China has finally overtaken the US in terms of debt to GDP. So now debt has become the main issue that they need to tackle. Even though they're trying to slow down the growth of debt, there is still a lot of debt to deal with.
Yeah. And, last year we really saw this problem emerge with, first of all, with the province of Guizhou and then a number of other provinces that basically said, not in so many words, but they basically said, look, we're bankrupt. We can't pay the debt. The impact of that has been seen, I think, this year in an announcement that didn't get as much attention as it should. And that was basically Beijing told a number of provinces, I think 12 different provinces, that they had to cut back on even already started infrastructure projects. And I think that's very important because remember, the two great engines of growth in China were property and infrastructure. And property more or less came to an end in 2021. If this year infrastructure growth comes to an end, or this rapid expansion in infrastructure, then we need another source of growth.
Do you think innovation could step in? That's where, the new energy sector, new tech, do you think that can compensate? And if so, how much? No? You're nodding no.
It's too small. The technology sector is very glamorous and very sexy, and we like to talk about it. But the truth is it's quite small. The real growth is going to come from other parts of the economy.